So, students, today we are going to have a quick review of the last test that you had taken in your Google Classroom, and I want to have any feedback from you. What kind of feedback you have got about the test? Did you find it easy or difficult, or what is your feedback? Did you find anything that you consider that it is too difficult or it is too easy? I would like to have some feedback from you. Please raise the hand and let me know. First, we talk about the MCQs. You were able to do the MCQs quite conveniently. Yes, any more students? Please raise the hand, otherwise I will have to call the names. Good. Zulkaf, you know that I was about to call the names of Zulkaf, Mushtaba, Faisal, Usman, Hani, Mubashir. Mubashir is present. Bashir Malik. Okay, good. So we take the feedback one by one.
So it was easy.
MCQs were easy or difficult?
So MCQs were the add a problem in one.
What do you think? You will be able to get the full marks in the MCQs?
I guess.
Okay, fine. But MCQs were definitely from the syllabus. So definitely, if something is there from the syllabus, so it should not be that much difficult. But at some time, you have to have a proper and complete knowledge about any particular topic, because the answers are similar and answers are near to each other. It seems that it would be answer or that would be answer, and students mark the answer wrong in such way. So it happens anyway. We will see that, because in the send up exam, no student was there in the MCQs who got 12 out of 12. No student was there. So I hope that this time there should be at least some students. But I tried my best to give a tricky MCQ. It should not be that much easy. Any other thing, Muniba, about the short questions and long question?
No, sir.
Actually, it was limited to the chapter number one and two, and whatever I considered that these are the things which are important. So I concentrated on those things, and I hope you all of you would be prepared for that, and you will be able to have good marks. Still, the papers are not checked, but when it will be checked and when it will be asked from the school management, then the result will be shared. Okay. Yes, anyone else who want to give any feedback? Please. Muhammad Ahmad, raise the hand. Yes. Did you attempt the complete paper within the due time?
Yes, sir.
Did you attend the complete paper within the due time?
Yes, sir. I did.
It was difficult or easy?
Mm, it was not that easy, but I did it.
Okay, it was not that much easy or that much difficult. It was moderate. Okay. And you took the help from the book, or you did it on with the honesty?
I did not take help.
Good. No one should take help, because this thing, if someone forgets anything and tries to see in the book that I will see and then I will write, of course, you yourself are basically betraying yourself. And this thing is not good, because in your final exam, no book will be opened in front of you. And similarly, you are going to have very soon a face to face exam as well, and the schedule of the face to face has already been shared with us. So in face-to-face exams, some students from for the computer science have also been called to take the exam. Uh, so they have to prepare it good for all the chapters, chapter 1, chapter 2. Leave the chapter 3. Chapter 3 will not be there. Chapter 4 will be there. So send up will was up to chapter 4. So chapter 3 is since related to the practical, and now they have excluded those topics from the working. So that's why chapter 1, 2, and 4, these are included in the face-to-face send up. Those who are called, so they are going to attempt it. Anyway, so we move towards the next topic. But before going towards the next topic, let me. Yes, Muhammad Ahmad, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. Sir, what will be the duration of face-to-face exam?
It will be the same, just like the stand up exam, 3 hours. But they will let you know all the things will be mentioned in the schedule.
Thank you.
When it is a complete paper, so complete paper is normally of 3 hours. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Zulkaf. You want to add something, Zulkaf?
Sir, and the notes you uploaded, I cannot see the file attachment in that. Only the video, or do we have to watch
Good.
the video?
Okay, good. Good to know that you are checking the notes. Last time we had revision, so that's why revision was for chapter 1 and 2. So I did not give you. But in before those in the last week we had a class and I did not attach the note for it. And these are the notes that I am going to attach. Okay. But before going towards that, let me give you an overview of this paper, because discussing paper is very much important, because if you discuss the paper then you become able to have better marks in your paper. Now since all the students have already shared, so let me open one file. I will stop sharing for a while. For a second I have stopped it. Okay, now we are going to see first the MCQs, and then afterwards we are going to see the short question and long question. Okay, so let me switch on the. Okay, can you see on your screen? Basically, these were the questions that I had given you in your first revision test. So I had told you that all the students, I hope you are able to see on your screen. Okay. So if there is any issue, then you can raise the hand. The first computer abacus had the following components. I had told you that the question can be asked regarding the structure as well. Wooden box with the rotating cylinders, rods with the beads, box with the rotating wheels, beads and rotating cylinders. Now if you consider over here, rotating wheels were also there in one device. Rotating cylinders were also there in one device. Okay, and wooden beads was also there. Rotating cylinder and the box was also there. So in different devices, just like we had seen the Napier bones and slide rule and the other devices. So if you go there and if you see, so you will see that some different devices are there which are using some different equipments with different components. So basically a thorough study can bring you towards the right answer. If you see over here, you can see that in Napier bones cylinders are there. You can see in the box Napier bones has got cylinder. In abacus beads are there with the rod, length of the rod, and rod has got some beads with it. So beads with the rod is there in the abacus. In Pascaline machine, rotating wheel is there in the box. Okay, so these are the basically some differences on the basis of which we can identify the right answer, and we can say that basically the rods with the beads. This is the correct answer. The rod with the beads. Charles Babbage worked on difference engine and abacus, Pascaline machine, and difference engine. Pascaline was the invention of the Blaise Pascal, not Charles Babbage. Abacus and Pascaline machine, difference engine and analytical engine. Basically, both were the things on which he worked on. So basically, Charles Babbage not only he worked on the difference engine but analytical engine as well. And he provided the foundation of the modern digital computing. Then slide rule. Slide rule was invented by who was the name? What was the name of the scientist? Herman Hollerith or William Oughtred or Napier bones? John Napier was has invented the Napier bones. It was not John Napier. So basically, it was William Oughtred. If you go and if you have got a thorough study, you will be able to know that Hollerith had made one desk for the making of calculation of census. Slide rule was developed by the William Oughtred. Okay, the following are the correct statistics about the Mark 1. So if you will go to the portion of the Mark 1, you should remember all these statistics. It was 50 feet long, 8 feet height, and 5 ton was the weight for the Mark 1. Mark 1, which was basically the first computer, digital computer. Which of the following statement is not correct about the first generation computers? First generation computers used vacuum tubes. This is correct. The first generation computers had the vacuum tubes. Assembly language was used in these computers. Speed was slow and memory was very small. They were very huge in size, very bulky. Weight was very much. Which one statement is incorrect over here? So over here, if you see over here, so then you can come to know that assembly language was basically introduced in the second generation. It was not there in the first generation. The rest of the three statements are correct. Which one is not correct is basically about the assembly language. If you go to the generations and you will find out these characteristics mentioned over here. So you'll be able to see that in second generation assembly language was introduced, but in first generation the assembly language was not there. We were supposed to communicate using machine language. Machine language was there in the first generation. You will be able to know that. In which of the following generations the microprocessor was developed? In which generation? In first generation, you know about it that vacuum tubes were there. What happened in the second generation? In second generation, the transistors were introduced. In third generation, the transistors were converted to the ICs. And in the fourth generation, the ICs, multiple ICs were used to make a single chip called processor. So we became able to have the processor in fourth generation. Which of the following is the correct difference between the analog and digital computer? Analog computers are fast and digital computers are slow. Is this the difference? Analog computers are based on AC and digital computers are based on DC. Normally, this happens. Analog computers, just like a voltmeter, ammeter, these are analog computers. These are based on AC current, and digital computer is based on digital current, DC current, zeros and ones. The accuracy of the analog computer is high. How it could be possible that its accuracy is high and digital computers accuracy is low? No, it is basically the opposite case. Analog computers are cost effective and digital computers are costly. This is also a difference, but keep in mind we have talked about the correct difference. This is correct difference. Analog, if we talk about the cost, so of course digital computers nowadays are uh, basically less expensive, not that much expensive. So basically this is the major difference. Which of the following is correct example of mainframe mini computers respectively? This is mainframe, this is mini, this is mainframe, this is mini. So this is the thing that you have to find out. So if you go to your book and you will find out that at the end of each topic of the mainframe or mini computers, you will see that their examples are mentioned. Just like at supercomputer, they have mentioned NASA supercomputer. In mainframes, they have mentioned some examples. EC12, EC196, HP 16500. These are the mainframes. Okay, mainframe. So it means K, if we go to the question, we can see over here EC12 is an example of the mainframe. EC12. This answer can be correct, this can be correct, this can be correct. Three answers because they contain the first point about the mainframe. Now we need to see the second one is about computers. In the mini computers, you will see that see the examples. IBM System 36, HP 3000. These are the two examples mentioned over here. So we can see over here HP 3000. HP 3000 is given over here. So HP 3000 and IBM HP 3000 and EC12. EC12 for mainframe because first they have mentioned mainframe. First mainframe is mentioned and then you can see over here mini is mentioned. So mainframe example is EC12 and mini example is HP 3000. A person, now this thing is now clear. In the meanwhile, if you find any question, if you want to ask, please raise the hand. A person who manages the devices, cable and connection between the computer systems and ensures smooth working of the entire setup is called. What does he call? Programmer or database administrator? He is called a network administrator. Why? Because he is dealing with the devices, cables, connections between the computer system and smooth working of the entire setup. Which of the following is not pointing device? Touchpad is a pointing device. Joystick, we move the character in the game using joystick. Pen stylus is also a pointing device. We point out on this screen or on the touchpad. Similarly, digital camera is there. It is not a pointing device. It is used to take the pictures. This is a childish question, not difficult question. In which operating system the user needs to type command with correct spelling to do any task? Of course, we know that in DOS is CLI. CLI means command line interface. MDI means basically it is basically the menu driven interface, graphical user interface, and FBI. Don't consider it is a wrong distractor. FBI is a user interface called form based interface. Normally, just like you would have seen on the ATM machines, what kind of interface it is? It is a form based interface where some forms comes, you click on them one by one and you go to the right option whatever you want to do. So this is called a form based interface. So this is not a wrong distractor. No one should consider that I have given just randomly, I have given some word over here. No. Which of the following is so correct answer is command line interface because in command line interface you need to type the answer in command line interface. Just like on command prompt you type the command and then you become able to run that command, and definitely you need to remember the spelling, correct spelling. If you will not type the correct spelling, you will not be able to run that particular command. For example, if I go to the command prompt, if I type here dir means show all the directories. But if I am typing wrong spelling, dri is not recognized as internal or external command, operable program or batch file. So that's why it is giving me error. But when I'm typing dir, so it is giving me the names of the folders and the files available over here. Which of the following is multi-user CLI operating system introduced in 1969? Now, there are three hints. Multi-user, number one. CLI, number three. 1969. So if you will go through the text of the book, you will be able to know that in the examples, it is mentioned that Unix is basically an old operating system. It was introduced in 1969 and it was multi-user, means they used to use it on the mainframe computer systems. Okay, I hope these all questions are clear. And if you have done some mistake, you will be able to know that what kind of mistake is there that you have committed. Now, in short question, I had asked you to do 4 out of 6, and in long, I had asked you to do one, only one. So these are quite easy. Sometimes there are comparison or differences are also there. Describe hybrid computer which contains both the characteristics for the analog and digital computers. Describe the purpose of the utility programs. Utility programs just like file defragmentation software, file compression software. These all are the utility programs. So you have to describe it and you have to write the examples. Compare between random access and read only, the two types of the memory, and define registers. Mention names of at least 4 registers. If you go to your book, you will be able to know some names are mentioned in the portion of the chapters. Although if you will write in the Google types of registers, this is also given in your book as well. In the topic of register, there is a short topic. So these are basically the examples: accumulator, memory address register, memory data register, general purpose registers, programmable registers, program counter, instruction registers. These all are the different classes of the registers available, and this is also given in your book as well. And you have to write only names, their definitions and their further details as such are not there in the syllabus. Differentiate between GUI and CLI. We have to make one comparison. CLI is command based, GUI is basically graphical user interface. You have to identify one by one what are the differences. Describe real-time operating system. You know in your book different types of multi-user, single tasking, multitasking, real-time, embedded, different types of operating systems are there. You have to define this one only, describe this one for 3 marks. Then in the long question, define operating system, write at least 5 functions of operating systems in detail. Operating systems is an important topic. Normally they ask the functions. It can be asked in short questions as well to write 3 functions or 2 functions. Discuss second generation and third generation of the computer system. If definitely when the question is to discuss means we will define the generations and we will write their characteristics as well. That what were the different things which were available in second generation and what were the different things which were available in the first third generation. So on the basis of those characteristics, we are going to discuss about them. What was there in the third generation and what was there in the second generation? There are differences. So we are going to write accordingly that in second generation there were integrated, there were basically the transistors. In third generation there were integrated circuits. So in this way we are going to write the detailed description. They did not ask you to make a comparison, otherwise we can draw a line and we can make a comparison for them. I also want to know that do you have the notes for the previous chapters of chapter 1 and 2? Have you got the notes when you were teaching? Because I did not teach you these chapters. So I want to know about it. If you don't have, so I would like, Okay, you should have the notes and I will share the notes with you. Can anyone tell me by raising the hand? I'm talking about chapter 1 and 2. Yes, please.
Where we have
For chapter 1 and 2, you have just like define, differentiate,
yes, sir.
comparison, characteristics in different ways.
Yes,
Okay. All the students have got this thing. Okay, fine. Okay, so up to here, if you have got any question that you want to ask, please ask me. Have you got anything that you would like to ask? Fine. So we move again towards the chapter number 6 that we had started last time. Chapter number 6 is basically about the security of the computer system, security and its ethics. Why security is important. So before going towards that, let me mark the attendance. From Atika Faisal to Muhammad Ahmed and up to Mustafa Ajmal. So last time when we had started in the last week this chapter, basically computer security and ethics. So we had come to know that basically that computer security is important in terms of data, because data is basically lifeblood for any organization, and we need to have a proper security for the data. To protect personal information, security is important. To protect organizational properties, to prevent from the data theft, to prevent from the viruses and the malwares. These all are the issues which can destroy our data or disturb our data in this sense that we may have some problems. So this thing is very important for us. Now come towards the crimes. If you talk about the crimes, so cyber crime or computer crime, the cyber crime which are committed over the network. Cyber crime is basically the criminal activity that either targets or uses a computer network, a networked device. But not all cybercrime is committed by criminals or hackers who want to make money. Of course, those who are involved, they want to make some money out of it by doing these all things. So last time when we started this chapter, so we had discussed some points, just like computer security, what is the purpose, what is meant by cybercrime, what are different types of crimes which are committed, what do you understand by the term hacking, we had discussed about it, and who are basically hackers, why do they perform hacking. Then we started the malware and its types. Now, this is very important before going towards the viruses. This is very important to identify that how you will be able to know that your computer has got a malware infected malware infection in your computer system. So this thing is very important for us to know about it. What are the different types of common crimes? We had discussed about the common crimes, I think, so we don't need to go in that much detail, because all the crimes are not there in our syllabus. Now, if we talk about the symptoms or the signs and the symptoms are also very much important, that how we will be able to know that our computer is attacked by viruses or attacked by any kind of malware. How we will be able to know about it? Signs of virus attack or signs of malware attack, any type of malware. How one user will be able to know about it that his computer has been infected? What are the different signs that a user will be able to know about it? We have to discuss these things. So if you go and if you find out some major symptoms, you will be able to know that number. One by one we are going to discuss them. Just like if we start from here, a computer program disappears from its memory, especially if there is no removal of the program. Means I am working right now in PowerPoint and suddenly the PowerPoint disappears in front of me. And I am watching here and there, where is the PowerPoint? I had opened one file, but now this is now invisible and not visible, and I'm not able to see this file. So what will happen? That some virus is there and it is disturbing us, and that's why that particular program that I opened and suddenly it disappeared. So this is one of the important sign of the virus attack, that your computer is basically at risk or having some problem. Okay. Then come towards the next thing, unfamiliar music or sounds unexpectedly starts playing through a speaker. You are not running any specific application which is having some kind of music with it, but sometimes the music is being played. What does it show? That some file is there with which the virus is attacked or malware is attached. Some file is there and it is being played automatically, controlled from its programming or controlled from somewhere else, or controlled by some kind of program, that you will play the sound or right after 13 minute, right after 20 minute or 30 minute, and you listen some small music, and the music starts, and then afterwards the music is stopped automatically, and then you again forget it, and after some time, after half an hour or 1 hour, again the music starts and music stops, and then you become surprised that from where this music is being played, there is some specific file which is basically being run, and the user is unaware about this fact. Now icon appears on the desktop unrelated to any program that are currently being installed, or new icons seem to appear when no software has been installed. Sometime you will go to your screen, your desktop, and you will see that some specific icon is there, some specific application has been installed on your PC and you did not install it. How this application has come to your PC, this thing is very important, and you don't know about it. You did not install this software. You are working on the internet, you clicks on some option, and they gave you some option. Normally what happens that the people don't read the instructions. What is, when any alert comes, they just press OK. When any alert comes, you just press OK. What will happen? It is asking you if you want to install a new software or something like that in your PC. Do you allow it? You are saying OK, but you don't know, because you did not read the instruction carefully. So icons appear on the desktop unrelated to any programs that are currently being installed, or new icons seem to appear when no software has been installed. So you are going to see some new icons on your screen, or in your system tray, in your task manager sometimes, because the task manager sometimes also contains some icons. Just like over here, you can see over here, in my task manager, some icons are there, just like Microsoft Internet Explorer is there, Microsoft Store is there, such kind of icons are there. So you will see some new icons on the desktop, in the taskbar, in the system tray over here. This is called system tray, where you can see the time and audio and all these options. You will find out some new icons over here as well, and you will be surprised that you did not install this software, and but this software has come to your system. How? At what time? Because you don't remember that you install any kind of new software. So it is basically a symbol, sign. These all are the signs of the viruses that we are going to have virus in our computer system, or malware which is infecting your computer system. So we will continue inshallah this chapter, and I will inshallah upload the notes, topical notes for this chapter as well in your Google Classroom. Thank you so much, all of you.